Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking with Steve. Today we're gonna make some chili and let's get right on to that, okay? All right everybody, so I've already got my peppers in there. I used a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of the pan. You can use any kind of oil you want. I also have scallions in there. I prefer the green onions over regular onions, but you can use regular onions if you want. Whatever you favor. I'm gonna put probably a couple, 2-3 teaspoons worth of chopped garlic in there. You can buy it fresh and chop it yourself if you want. There's nothing wrong with buying the pre-chopped stuff. Works just as well as far as I'm concerned for what I use it for. And you just want to kind of cook these up a little bit, let them sweat. They're going to cook for 3 or 4 hours as it is anyway. So once we throw everything together, so we got those going in there. Let that cook for a little bit. I have my meat that I'm going to be using. That's some smoked beef that I did the other day. Chop that up and throw that right in there. I have a couple different kinds of beans. I have some kidney beans. I like to put black beans in. And again, you can use whatever brands of these that you like. There's no particular one that's better than the other. Some fire roasted tomatoes. I have chopped green chilies that I like to throw in there as well. Give it a little spice. And you can make this as spicy as you want to, so it's all about personal taste. And then I've got a can of tomato sauce I'm going to dump in there. And once we've got all this stuff in there, and I have my spices and stuff, we're going to let this simmer for a good 3 or 4 hours. Let it on a low temperature, just a low simmer. That way it doesn't burn. And it always tastes better the second day. And I also got a can of tomato paste that I'm throwing in there. And if you need details on like amounts and stuff, as far as what I've been putting in, you just saw like the size of the cans and stuff. As far as spices, I do it to taste. Let's see. I also like to put a little beer in there. This is a 12-ounce bottle, maybe about half of it or so. We'll see if we need more. A little for the chili, a little for the cook. All right, we're gonna stir this all together. Get everything all mixed in there good. Get it to a nice consistency. It's not gonna be runny like soup, but you want it a little loose, but you don't want it like cement either. So we get all that mixed in together there. All right, let's see. I might add a little more beer to it to thin it out. We'll see how it goes. Once it cooks too, you can add a little more stuff to it. All right. Now, I've got here gochujang paste. I had gotten that for something else and decided to put some in my chili one day. And it's a Korean red chili paste. Adds a nice little bite to it. It's actually a pretty good all-purpose type of ingredient to use. I use it in a lot of different stuff. All right, so there's that. Some black pepper. And again, it's all to like taste, personal taste. I'll season it up initially once I throw everything in here, and then once it's cooked for a while, I'll check it and adjust the seasoning as needed. A little cumin. Don't be afraid to be liberal with your spices. I've got some chili powder. This is just regular chili powder. There we go. I have a bunch of different chili powders. There's, I have some ancho chili powder that I'm going to throw in there. Different layers of hotness. And celery salt. I like celery salt better than just regular plain salt because you're getting a little more flavor with it. If you don't want the salt, you can use celery seed instead. Just a little touch of dry mustard. Really don't need a lot of that. I like to put thyme in mine. I use thyme in a lot of stuff. It's my favorite spice. So that's a pretty good all-purpose spice. And put what's rest in there. There we go. And then I put a little bit of cinnamon in. Just a little bit. You don't want it to taste like cinnamon, but it gives you a little underlying flavor there. All right, we're going to turn the heat down a little bit now that I've gotten that stuff all sauteed up. We're going to mix this all right in there. Get everything blended in really well. And then we're just going to put it on a low simmer and let it sit and cook for 3 or 4 hours. You can also do this in a crock pot. Just kind of set it and forget it so you don't have to worry about it. I've done it that way before, but I prefer doing it on the stove. I have this pan, that nice cast aluminum pan with a lid that I'll put on it, or I have a Dutch oven, a cast iron Dutch oven that I'll throw on here and use. They're good for letting stuff sit on the stove and simmer all day long. So we've got all our spices added in right now. And I'm gonna give it a little taste just to see if I think it needs anything else at this point. That tastes pretty good so far. So we're gonna let that simmer, and I'll see you guys in a few hours. All right, thanks. And here we are, about 3 to 4 hours later. Looks like it's all done. And adjust the seasoning as you need to. You know, if you want to make it a little spicier or, you know, whatever. And you can use any kind of meat when you're cooking it too. Sometimes I'll take hamburger and throw that in and cook that up with the peppers and the onions. And then, you know, drain any grease off. Or I've used chicken before. You can use ground chicken. I'll take chicken and just chop it up. I'll throw it in there. And there we have it. Steve's world famous chili. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Cooking with Steve. Thanks. Bye.